Montessori teacher because I visited a Montessori school, and I noticed that children were really busy, focused, and it was very quiet and calm. And then I noticed this child who was doing pouring activity from 2 jars, and the beans spilled. He picked the beans one by one and went ahead and also opened the mat and to check under. So I noticed he took a hand broom and dustpan and he was cleaning up everywhere. This was really very, very impressive. Afterwards, I was thinking to myself, wow, how do children behave like this? How are they able to be so calm, focused, and very independent, moving around easily without shouting? They seem to be very independent and concentrating very well. So this really provoked something in me, and I decided to search about this Montessori. I checked in the internet, I read about Montessori, Maria Montessori, and I found her very, very fascinating from what I read. So I said to myself, I must find this kind of training just to understand why children behave like this after being in a Montessori environment. You can put your own paint. Gaia, you want to put your own paint? You want to put your own paint that you would like?
I like orange.
Okay, so here you can put your own paint if you want. Montessori training involved classroom discussions and in-person training. The tutors used to come and train us for some hours, and also it involved hands-on activity and a lot of research, also presentations, and we had 11 modules that each module had an assignment to complete, and also the 5 curriculum areas of Montessori. Each curriculum area, we had to build upon it a file that had everything, all the details, which is practical life, sensorial, mathematics, literacy, and culture, and also a lot of observations on children. We had to do many observations, which is the main part of this training. And also we had to play with the materials in the classrooms, the Montessori materials. So it's a lot of hard work. Put 11. Where is 11?
Where's 11? Hey.
I think 11 is somewhere here.
Yeah.
I found it. Let me see. Montessori approach is a bit different from the other types of education. However, the content of child development and all this is the same. But Montessori is a bit special. I like it. First of all, what is Montessori? Montessori is kind of the main goal of Montessori is to help each child reach their full potential in an environment that is prepared. In Montessori terms, we call it prepared environment. So to meet each child's needs and interests. So it caters for physical development, intellectual development, language development, emotional development, and spiritual development. And also the classrooms are well prepared with materials that we have one piece of each material. So if it is pouring, it's only one piece. If it is dressing frames, batoning, it's one piece of each. And also in Montessori we have vertical groupings whereby we have different ages of children together which is very, very helpful. I find it very useful because the older children, most times they act as role models, and also I think Montessori is a very child-centered approach. It helps a child develop independence. So basically, the key principles of Montessori are supporting the child as an active learner, respecting the inner life of the child, trusting the inner child's motivation to learn and to explore, providing freedom within limits, and also in Montessori there is a lot of encouraging the child's inner discipline. Montessori is really, really a good approach, though it might not be for all the children. Some children they maybe require more, a lot more boundaries, but Montessori really helps a child become very, very independent, free to explore, and they grow as very loving people, and without low self-esteem.
And we were telling Jescah when we have cotton and paper, and we're putting this on because when the other children want say paper cutting, so that then there's something and there's someone in the toilet.
You can use Montessori in the early years setting by first of all establishing a routine and showing the children how the classroom works. Encourage to choose activities from the shelves or display, and also you can also use it with vertical groupings whereby older children help the younger children and act as role models. And another thing, courtesy and respectful behavior can be modeled by adults and the older children, of course. And also the sense of responsibility can be created whereby there is freedom of choice and movement in the classroom. This can really work very well in an early years foundation.
Okay.
So we are going to sort out, we are going to arrange these numbers. Help me to take out.
I know. No, only.
So we are going to arrange our calendar again. You see, it's all mixed up. Yeah? So we mixed up all the numbers.
Easy for me.
It's easy for you?
Maybe I can do it.
You can do it?
Yeah.
Perhaps. I use the Montessori ideas, especially in literacy, and also the sensorial part of it, because children learn a lot using their senses. And also I give them opportunity to collaborate and work in groups, which allow children to share ideas and build on relationships with each other. I also encourage dialogue so that each student feels comfortable expressing themselves. And most of all, I also emphasize on independence. Basically in giraffes, especially the practical life activities like dressing themselves up, going to the toilet, filling their own water bottles, cutting snack, I use it a lot. And the children are very independent. Even doing morning meetings, they prefer to run the morning meeting. And also more specifically, I also in the literacy area especially, it has really worked also because I use this method of the 3-period lesson in the Montessori way, whereby you introduce something. First of all, you introduce for recognition. For example, I can choose to introduce two letters, like sound letter S, sound S. So I say, this is S. Can you say S? This is A. Say A. And then I ask the child, can you point to A? Can you point to S? And then I eventually ask them to give me A and give me S, just to check if they understood. So 3-period lesson, I use it a lot. It's a 3-step way to introduce an activity and to check if the child has understood. You can see what we have here. Can you all see? So now we are going to make a color wheel. And I'm going to ask you to choose a color. Which color do you like? Choose a color. Choose a color. Now you can sit here and choose a color. So listen, this is how we are going to sort out our colors so that we can make our color wheel, okay? So I'm going to put this away. Use your eyes, you look at me, see what I'm going to do. First, I will take.
I already finished.
Okay, everybody, listening ears, look at me. Okay, look what I have here. I chose this. You compare them. Look. Can you see which one is dark? You can tell me which one is dark?
It's this dark.
Look at the green. This is dark, okay?
It's not fine.
And then it. Which one do you think goes next?
This one.
This one. Which one? This one. And where does this go? Where do you think it goes? I think it goes here. To the light one. Noor, yours has to start from here and it has to go like this. Let's make a color. You want to arrange it like this? Behind like this? Arrange it nicely. Adam, can you arrange yours?
You're gonna stay here.
Mine is ready already.
Gaia, you can put yours here. Montessori principles can be used with the younger children by, first of all, observing and using the sensitive periods, because children have sensitive periods whereby these are periods whereby they have sensitivities, for example, to talking, to walking. So when you observe and you see that a child has started to try and walk, so this is when you reinforce and give provide opportunities for this activity, and also freedom of movement and choosing own work. You can provide many things that they can choose from, and also you follow the interests of the child. And also, like in the early years, it's a link, like from home to the nursery. it's like what they see at home. When they come to the nursery, they are introduced to similar activities. For a start, like dressing up, using a cup, pouring. So these activities can be used. These Montessori activities can be used with the very young children. You can have like dressing frames or real clothes, so that they can use to zip up and button, and also scooping from with a spoon. So these are things that you can use in the early years setting with the very young children. That's when when you see they have the interest to start scooping and picking up a spoon. Or this is when you give them even food, real food with a spoon. So they try to scoop, or you do it as an activity to reinforce these periods. That because once they have the sensitive periods, it's the best time to introduce these concepts. It really these Montessori principles can be used in this early year setting very well, and they can promote independence, discipline, and also they can motivate the child to learn by themselves, because children, they have an innate ability to learn and to discover. So all we need is to just support them a little bit and scaffold. So these absolutely Montessori principles can be used in early years. Calendar has numbers that are in the right order, right?
I know to do that.
In the correct order. We're going to arrange the numbers into the correct. So, who remembers first of all, who remembers how many numbers?
I know.
How many numbers do we have in the calendar?
10.
10?
No.
How many do we have?
We have a string.
20? I think we have, some months like April, we are in April, it has 30 days. And some months have 31 days. So we are going to arrange these numbers, and then we will find what is today's date, okay?